Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are 4 to 5 follow-up questions based on a very small table as you can see here. Here we got only three columns, product, region and sales, and a very small 5 rows of records are only there divided by the region and sales. So let's jump to our SQL and try to find out the answer to these questions in queries form. Okay, so I have written here the queries for creating the table and inserting those value into a table. So I already ran this queries into our SQL. So table is already created, as you can see. So our table is ready in our SQL environment. Now we will answer one by one to our questions. So let's start with our first question. Here the question is like find product with highest total sales. So as we can see, how many types of products we have? First is the laptop, then we have phone and tablets. Though they are repeating, but these are the distinct three type of products we have right now. So question is asking find product with highest total sales. So what we will do, as the it's defining the product, we will going to group all this record based upon the product and see that sells. So we will move step by step. So let's do that. Select. We will select the product. Okay, then after product we will also, okay, right now we will go very straightforward and we want to find the sum also. Then we will include the sum of what? Sales. Okay, from which table? We will paste this table. Okay, if you run this query, okay, we need to include the group by also. In group by we will take the categorical value, that is the product. Then again if you run this query, then we will get the product and the column. Though we have not mentioned the column as alias name, you can give total sale, no issue. Again run the table, you can see. Okay, so we got the product, laptop and tablet. Why is that their total sales? But the question is asking what? Find the product with highest total sales. So in this we can see our laptop is there with the highest total sale of 1200. So let's fetch that particular product. So what we can do? What we can do is, right, we can also include the order by. Order by what we want? We want the order by the sums of total, we can say here, and we want descending order. Okay, again let's run it. Okay, no, you can't see the difference because there is no lot of products are there. It's still the same. Okay, we want to go fetch the top one, means we want to fetch the first record of our table, because first record other way how you can proceed for these questions. Anyway, it might be not efficient one, but what is the other way, like we want to solve this question, then how we will proceed for that? Again we can say like we want this only total sale from table, this will be the common part. Okay, we want this one also. So again if you run this, we will get we want to include the group by also. Group by product. Okay, if you run this, we will get the same as our previous. Okay, now what we will do, we want to convert this table into CTE, sorry. We know the CTE concept, that is the common table expression. The CTE, as we are taking and into a different, making a different table, and now we will going to use this table. So in this table, what we want to select star only from this CTE table here we will take. Okay, then from this CTE again we are going to fetch the condition like where, what we want to fetch? The product which has highest total sales. Okay, Okay, so in this one we will write this is the select star from city. City is our we created with our this query, which is the result is shown here. Now what we will do is that select star from city where we are going to put the condition into like subquery format. In this we can write that total sale. This where total sale would be equal to how much. Again we will write a subquery here that is select maximum. Maximum of what? Total sale only, right? Total sale from CTE, right? Okay, so understood now this. Let's see one more time. So this is the table which we created, temporary table we can say, temporary table, and this is the table which you can see. From this, what we want to select, from this we want to fetch the everything that is product and total sale both column, where total sales means what? This row is equal to maximum of total sale from CTC. If you run this particular query, how much this will yield? This will give us 1200. Okay, okay, because we are fetching from this, we need to run from this only, so no issue from that. But if you concentrate on this query, you will see that this will give the maximum total sale from CTE, and that CTE table is nothing but the this table. So we will get 1200. That 1200 will be compared with the total sale in the CTC, and that we will get. So let's run whole our query in one go, and we will see that laptop is equal to 1200. So this is also one way using subquery, and this is somewhat you can feel it like for simple thing we are using subquery and CTC and all those things. But just I want to show you that there are many multiple ways through which you can approach a single problem. So in starting, we don't give much attention to our approach, like how much efficient we are writing. Though it's a good practice, we can inherit in initial stage, but very early stage, it's from my side, I don't think that we should give more attention to our writing or efficient rather than how many ways we can write the same problem. So this was our first, you can say. From this also we are getting the same laptop 100, and this also giving the same results. Okay, so now let's move to our second question. So second question is asking like convert the pivot table to show the cells by region. The simple meaning is that first let's again run this or copy paste so that here it will again be useful. Run it. Okay, so this is our table. So it's saying pivot table to show cells by region. So simply, what does it mean that we want to convert this table from row wise to column wise? Right now, the region is north, south, north, south, north, south. You can see, but we want product, and then we want the next column is north and south and their respective cells. So simply here, the ask of the question is to convert the rows to the columns. Okay. So here we are going to look into two ways how we will do the same question. One using the pivot, and second using the case clause, which indirectly SQL also uses. Though we are writing the pivot, but behind the scene SQL is using the case clause only. That we will see. Firstly, we will use the pivot only, the direct approach, and see how to solve this question. So this is the table. So let's see. Again, we will the select, okay, from the table name, right? So here what you want this column to be intact like as it is. So here we will take the product. Okay, next what you want? Next we want the column as a north and south, right? Because on basis of north and south all values will come. So okay, so we will take the north comma south. So these are the three we got the columns. Okay, north south from these things. Now what we will do, we will write the pivot. In pivot, what is the syntax? First we need to take the aggregation of that what is asking question. So cells is our things we need to move from rows to column. So that we need to take as the aggregation. So in sum we will going to take the cells, sorry, inside cells. Now what we will do, this is the, I will tell you why we are using the aggregation. First let's write the syntax here for which column we need to convert to column wise, which column we need to convert into, like this, in this region only north and south are going to convert it into the column wise like north south. So this is the region we're going to take it in. We will give the north comma south, we give as a x, and then okay, so we run this code. Okay, so we will run this code. Let's see, remove the extra spaces, let's run it. So can you see the laptop 500 700? So let's run both at the same time to get the better clarity what we are doing. Okay, so you can see this is our original table, and this how when we pivoted the table. So what happened, the laptop distributed among north and south. The north value is coming 500 and south. In phone, in north how much sale, south how much sales. In tablet, north how much sale, in south. Since south is not present, tablet was not sold in south, so there is no sale figure in south. So SQL has taken as a null value for those values which are not present. So we will see how to deal with the null also. So nothing, like if you want to say these are the only columns north and south, those are coming here north and south. So if you say if it is null, you know the function of is null, like if the value is null, then it will take it as 0. We can again name as nots. Again same thing we will do with this also, is null, south comma 0, bracket close as souths. So what if we have done here, just taken the precaution that if the value is null, then it will take automatically 0. Let's again run it. Now we can see for tablet the south value was not available, so it's taking automatically as 0. So this is one way of solving the asked question. Now we will see how to solve it using the case statement, which pivot is also using that thing only, but at doing at the back end and in front we can see we have given such thing. So here we can see, like, you may getting a doubt of what is the pivot and what are these values, how we are passing. So these are the first time when you will use pivot, you might get confused, but it's nothing. You need to select those columns which you need to see. So in this you need to imagine first of all like which columns you need and how your table will look like when you will pivot the table. So I, in my mind, I imagine like I want the product column, so I taken product as my first column. After that I wanted the second column as north and third column as south, so I written as north and south. Ignore this thing because we are just putting one additional condition. If the value is null, then take it as a 0. So overall it's a north and south only. From which table? From this our table name. And then we are doing the pivot. Pivot on which column? Cell. Why we are doing the sum? Sum we are doing because suppose our tablet is given north 500. Then again one table was sold in north, that is again some 700. Then in that case it will sum up the values. For the region, region is what? in this region, earlier table, we used to have one column, right? Region. So we need to fetch columns from this column, region. So north and south we fetch from this column. The same thing mentioned here. We assigned as a alias name X, and then when we run this code whole, then we can see our table coming in a perfect way, which we wanted. Okay, so this is our first method. Now we will see how to fetch in our second method, using our second method, that is the case and when then. Okay. Okay, so let's proceed. In this question, what we'll again do the select, to use the select, and in our mind we're going to imagine which columns we want. So we want our product column to be first, so we will and take as a product. What the second column we want? So that second column we want our north and south. Those table columns we need to create using the case method. We will case when, what we will write, when region, region is right, our one column region, region is equal to say north. If our region is north, then what to do? Then we will write the same sales and end, right? As we can say north, this is our new column which we are creating using the case when then. You can say right for more clarity like this. So this is one column we created new. This is the second new column we are creating based upon the south. Here what we will search? SOUT south. So when the region is south, then give the cell and end as south. Okay. Or what we can do, and this everything we should fetch from table. The table name is of course sales underscore data 2. From this table we need to fetch these values, and since we have used aggregation method on these two columns, and this is our categorical variable, so that need to be grouped by product. Okay, so first we will see this after running this query what we are getting. Okay, so we are getting some error, invalid list type because not contain aggregates, not region. Okay, so here we are getting based upon the region. Region why? Because right now this case statement and this region is nothing but a categorical value only. So what we will do? Simply use the sum to sum up all these things. I will tell why we are using sum also. Just give me a second. Okay, again let's run it. Okay, so see where we are getting the same which we're using the pivot, and we were running the same table we are getting here, and this also null value is present. So we will see how to deal with the null also, but using the case clause with the sum we are getting the same value as the pivot. So we can say pivot at backend using the same concept. Okay, it's only the thing that is given the one clause pivot, so it's easy for our developer to use it. Okay, so in our this case statement we are getting null, so how to deal with that? Here again we will give one clause is null. If whole thing is null, then replace it with 0, and the same thing we can do with north column also. If whole thing is 0, then replace with null, then replace it with 0. Okay, so again run it. After running we can see if tablet for south there was no data, so it replaced the null value with the 0 by default. Okay guys, so we got the two method through which we have used to get, or we can say to pivot our data to show the cells by region. One was the pivot method, and second was we are using the sum statements. Or interviewer can also ask like this: if we don't want to use pivot statement, without using pivot, how can you convert columns, or we can say rows to column? Then this option we are left with, that is case statement. Using case when, then we can easily convert the rows to the columns. Okay. Okay, so let's move to our third question, which is like find the region contributing more than 50% of the total sale. Okay, so once more, let's fetch our actual table for our third question. Paste it here, run it. So this is our table. In this table, the question is asking find those regions which are contributing more than 50% of the total sales. Okay, so first let's find out what is the total sale. Then we will write select. Then you can say max. In max we will write the sales value from table this only, right? So if you run this table or query, we are getting 700. So what is 700, guys? This 700 is nothing but maximum sales. Okay, but what we want a total sales, so we don't include maximum, we want sum. Run it once more. So this is 2300 is the total sum. Total sum means what? You can see 500 plus 700 plus 3, like this. If you sum up all these columns, you will get 2300. So now this is a 2300. We need to find out the 50%, like more than 50%, which regions are contributing. So again, we're going to write the select. We want the region's name, right? So we write the region, sorry, region. Then we will write the sum of sales. If you write this first, let's see how we are performing here in this form. Always try to go for basic. Like I want to say, what I want to say is that, guys, always break down your problem into small thing. Write the query from very small. I written this query just to find out what is our total sales. Now I'm writing these queries. Why? Just to first of all find our sums group by region wise, to see how the data looks. After that we can manipulate, no issue, but before that we need to go. So north and south. So in north and south you can see 1000 here, and south have 1300. Clear? So now these two values need to be compared with the total sum of cells which we are getting, which was 2300, right? So from this calculation we can see south will be more than 50%, but we need to calculate that. Okay, so okay, so here we got sums upon, we can write as alias also as region cell. We can give the name region cell, right? Okay, so north we have got this much region cell, and south is 1300. Now what we will do, we again want to create one more here column which will give the percentage, and to calculate the percentage what we need to do, this value what we calculated above, again we need to write divide by total sum value, which was this query was giving us the total value, right? So individual divide by total. I think this will give us the right. Okay, give the alias name as percentage wise cell, right? No parenthesis in that. We are dividing all this individual region with our total sum sales. Let's see what is the result we are getting. Let's execute it. So percentage are coming 0 0. Okay, this is the classical case where we need to put or change the things into float. Either you need to then cast the whole thing into float value or just multiply with 1.0. This is the best practice we do. If you multiply 1.0, it will convert everything into our float values and the answer will show the exact values. Okay, so this is our percentage calculation. Now we want to fetch with that region which is contributing more than 50% of the sales, right? So in 50%, we have come to this table. From our actual table, we came to this table. Now we will convert this table into our CTE, that is common table expression. Okay, so we will wrap all this table into one table, which is this one. Now we want to fetch those which have more than 50%. So we will select, let's say, star from CTE, where this percentage sale will be more than, we can say, 0.5. 0.5 means more than 50% here in our calculator. Run it in a continuous manner. We will see the south with region cell 1300 is more than 50%. So this is our answer using the CTE be calculated. Okay, so let's move to our next question, which is to find the product which were sold in both north and south. So first let's fetch our actual table, copy and paste here. Okay, let's run it. So this is our table. So it's asking find out those products which are sold in both north and south. So see, laptop was sold in north also, then laptop was sold in south also. Phone was sold in north also, and phone was sold in south also. But tablet was sold only in north. Tablet was not sold in south because there is no south figure here. Okay. So ultimately we need to fetch this record, that is the product tablet which was not sold in south region. But the question is asking what? We need to find the product that is sold in both. So we need to find out that laptop and phone, these two record. Okay. So let's start. We can say select first, simply straightforward. We will find the product, okay, which are sold in north region. So product from, you can say, this table, put the condition where product is equal to, sorry guys, this one, not. If you write this query only, what it's giving? Nothing. Why? Because here the region should be the criteria, not product. Here, find those products where the region is north. If you write the same query for south also and run it, what we are getting? Laptop and phone. Okay, because the tablet was not here, that is the correct. So if we take this intersection, what you say, intersection, what we will get? Intersection we do, or intersect, sorry, not intersection, intersect guys, yes, right. If you run the whole query now, what we will get? The common between north and south, which are sold in north also, which are sold in south also. So laptop and phone, these are the two things which we need to get in our output. And okay, so this is the fourth frequency question. Now we are left with the last one, that is the rank the products by sales in each region. So as the question say, first we need to create each region, then rank the products. So let's do the region wise, sorry, region from the table name, we can say sales table. Okay, so each region, which product, how they rank. So region, we will do the region also, and either we can take the help of ranking. So we will use the rank as a dense rank formula. After dense rank, we use the over clause always, and we do the partition here itself, partition by. Partition by, we are doing region only. So partition by region, and order by means on which basis we will rank them. So that is the sales only. So products by sales. Okay, the sales is there. We will write the sales. Okay, partition by. Here we need one comma, no issue. Partition as we will give the ranking region. Then we want the product also. Or if we remove this and write this thing, let's run it. So we can see the tablet, northwise region, this one. Okay, if you want the region to be first, then we might write to region also first. Each region, then we need to have region wise, product wise, ranking. We can take cell also, no issue, so that it will be more good looking in terms of comparison. Okay, let's see. Okay, here also, sorry guys, let's run it. Okay, so in north, the product tablet, which was 2 and 302. Okay, so ranking is in the ascending order. On here we will write the descending order. We want the ranking, like for the cell, most cell, we want the ranking as 1. Okay, so in north, laptop 500 is ranking 1. In north, phone, the cell was 300, so it's got ranking 2. Tablet in north got the third ranking. So in this way, you can say on region wise and south wise, we have divided the products and their ranking. Okay guys, so this all from my side. Hope you guys enjoy the session. So do practice from your side also, because these are the small concepts which are mostly asked in interview. So always try to figure out how to write the query, where to start the query. Just you start writing the query, then you will get the table according to your, you manipulate the table and finally convert those table into the SQL format and use it. Thank you.